I should have done another get ready with me. Since I'm doing my makeup and it's the best way that I can get it. But I actually started it and then I remembered I wanted to record today. So, oh wow, this is not working. Okay, so I was planning on doing another get ready with me because like I mentioned in my first ever video, it's just the easiest way that I can squeeze in a video in my routine, like in my daily routine. But it's okay, we already started, so I'm just gonna do a just talk and finish getting ready with me. So I haven't told anyone, at least any of my friends, people that I know, that I posted my first video. I did tell like I think 2 friends, but I was like so embarrassed. I was like, maybe I'll send it to you, you know, whenever we have a chance and we'll watch it or whatever. But as far as people that I know, I haven't showed anyone, but it's okay. It's just literally just a regular video. I looked back on it and it was honestly like an okay video, but I was talking to this guy and he was very judgmental, and I remember that's around the time that I looked back at the video to be like, okay, let's see if it's like too bad or if I can show it to him. Oh my god, I couldn't be myself. Like I couldn't show him the video because I knew he would judge the fuck out of me. And that's why he's an ex, okay? But after I rewatched it and I was like, there's nothing wrong with this video. But I think the most important thing today and that I wanted to discuss today, at least that's what I wanted the title of this video to be, is that nothing matters and nobody cares. Literally nobody gives an F, because I don't know if I'm allowed to curse. So literally nothing matters. And lately I've come to that realization when I know that like I'm in control of everything and it's all in my head and everything is neutral and it's all a matter of how I see it. And if I decide to see everything shitty, then my whole life is going to be shitty. But if I decide to look at it with my little delusional spectacle, then life actually gets a little fun and interesting. So that's how I decided to live life recently. And then honestly, one thing that helped me, at least with my anxiety, is the fact that nobody cares. And there's so many like this is nobody cares, and then this is the amount of information that revolves around nobody cares. Like there's like nobody cares about your looks, nobody cares about like you, nobody cares about what you're up to. Like, I mean, unless they're obsessed with you, but who gives a fuck? You know, literally everyone is just living, just ran out of this, literally everyone is just living their own life and they really just don't fucking care. They could see what you're up to, but for them to genuinely like actually care, there has to be something wrong with them. No offense, you know. Think I had a backup. So yeah, I feel like nowadays I've learned to live life more calmly and freely and just being myself. And I remember seeing this thing about, I try to go part by part. So for example, like our bodies, I know most people, especially women, even though I know men recently, they have spoken up about like their body insecurities and stuff. And I do know a couple like men that suffer from it, so it's totally normal for men too. So I guess just people in general, they suffer with like body dysmorphia, or like they look at themselves and it's like they're not even happy with themselves, with their body physically. And then I remember looking at this video once that said wait, hold on, I'm gonna try to remember, but for the most part it said like there was never a body that I saw that was so beautiful or so like ugly that it was memorable to me, and I still remember it to this day. And I was like, that's so fucking true. Like nobody's gonna look at you and like remember or care or what. Like nobody gives a fuck. Like you can go with your little belly fat little roll and go to the beach and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody's memorable enough for you to remember it, good or bad. So that should bring some peace to you as far as your body. And then honestly, I feel like my body, when I started appreciating it more for what it does, it kind of has appreciated me in a sense that now it looks prettier physically. I mean, I've also been working out, but that's something that came hand in hand, honestly, because if I was hating myself and I was still working out, it was just not going to give me a good result. So that is a good one about your physical body. As far as your personality, honestly, nowadays it's better to actually have a personality and be charismatic rather than being like everyone else. And you know, like, I feel like there is that fine percentage of people that like people that look like everyone else. I remember this like last week at my job, there was this girl and she was beautiful, but she looked like everyone else. And then I remember going to, because I can appreciate a beautiful woman, and I go up to my coworker and I was like, wow, that girl is beautiful. And she goes, yeah, but she looks like everyone else. And I was like, girl, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, she's still beautiful, but you know, like, I feel like in the future what's really gonna pop off is gonna be natural beauty, because everyone's gonna be so done up that we're just gonna appreciate like what's different. And you know, whether we have a little squinty eye or whatever the case might be, I feel like that's gonna be appreciated more than just literally everyone who looks the same. And that goes for men too. Like, I've known several men that just look the same because they just think that's like the beauty standard for them. And I'm like, no, just because this works for them doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, or because it highlights their features doesn't mean it's gonna highlight yours. I just came to my mom's room to get the sharpener for my lip pencil. But yeah, let me think of something else. So yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Respectfully, nobody gives a fuck. I mean, honestly, that should bring you so much peace that nobody gives a fuck. And then even if people care, right, because there are going to be those people that have nothing better to do in their life. I personally know one of them, and they're just filled with hatred and judgment, and like, you can't have a conversation with them without them bringing up someone else. Like, that is actually, I don't want to say mentally ill, but it's very close to it. Let me sharpen this really. And the thing about living your life like that, so invested in everyone else's, is that you don't have time to be invested in yourself. So even though you have shit that you need to fix, or that, you know, you could be doing better, you just don't do it because you're so focused on everybody else's life and how they're a fuck up. And but what? Work on yourself. Like, nobody else affects you. If you're thinking about it, at the end of the day, if you're sitting in your bed and you're thinking of another person and it's affecting you, that is so bad. That means that the outside world has control over you. And at that point, you lose completely. You lose. I'm not gonna say it one more time because I think you guys get it, but oh no. Yeah, no, it's just not good for anyone. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Lately, what's been happening to me, I mean, I feel like now I'm just able to notice it. I talk to God and I tell him to help me fix or heal something, and then he puts a situation in my life where it's like, okay, prove to me. Let's fix the brightness. Ooh. And he goes, okay, so prove to me that you actually want to fix. And so I'm going to give you this situation that's going to make you show me, or prove to yourself really, that you do want to change. And so when that happens, it's really just another cycle, which is previous situations that I've been through before, maybe not with that same person, or maybe not about that same topic. But it is something that I have asked God to help me heal from and navigate better. And so he just gives me the situation again, and then I choose from there whether, okay, am I gonna repeat the cycle and then it's gonna come back until I'm fully healed from it, or am I just gonna, you know, get it over with, do the inner work, etc. And then the good thing is that lately I've been able to recognize those when they come my way. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is what I prayed God for, like, you know? This is what I asked him for help healing me and helping me navigate better. He's not gonna like just put the situation and be like, oh, you know, you're like, I'm just gonna make it easy for you so that you can navigate it better. No, he's gonna give it to you in the hardest way possible, and then you're gonna have to prove to yourself and to him or her, whatever you believe in, that you learn to manage it better. And then that's when you move on and you stop repeating the cycle. And we evolve, and our spirit evolves, and that's the only thing that's gonna keep us going. After we die in this physical realm. Should have added that. But yeah, What else do I have to talk about? Honestly, I feel like that's all life has really consisted of lately. That nobody cares. If they do, that's their issue, not mine. I'm sorry. And then in that sense, I don't care about anyone else, and not in a bad way. Like, if it's my mom or my dad, of course, but there definitely is a limit, even with my loved ones, as to how much control I let them have over me and my emotions and my feelings, because I know that they're my responsibility and they're based on what I do with my life. And whatever anyone else does, it could affect me. Of course, it's okay that it affects me, but I do have control over how it affects me and how deeply, you know, it hurts me or it makes me happy and stuff. Oh, and that just reminded me of this thing that I saw once that said, again, I have a lot of information in my brain, so I retain a little bit, just the main idea out of everything that is important to me and that everything that does help me in my journey. So this one said something like, well, there's a couple, but there was one that said, never take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. And then there was another one that said, there was another one that said, hold on, let me think about it. I try to think about it, but I totally forgot, but it's okay. If it comes up, I will tell you guys. But the main idea was just that, I mean, you can welcome criticism and it's okay. And if it's actually genuinely helping you, then okay. But if it's meant to bring you down and it's not constructive, you don't have to listen to it. Like, don't get me wrong, you're not gonna say, hey, shut the fuck up, I cursed. I think that's okay. I don't even think YouTube will see these videos. You know, you're not gonna say that, but there are always respectful ways to get out of, you know, an opinion that you didn't really ask for, or that you feel like it's not going to somewhere helpful and it's mostly damaging. You know, in that case, I would probably be like, oh, I do appreciate your thoughts and your opinions. Or depending on the situation, like if you asked for it, you know, like if you're like, oh, hey, what do you think about this? And then you hear something you don't want to hear, you can't really get insulted because you asked for it, you know? So in that case, I would probably be like, oh, okay, thank you so much. I think I see it from a different point of view, but I do appreciate you sharing that with me. And then you never know, maybe you sit down at the end of the day in your bed, you're journaling, and then something clicks, you know? Ooh, and also what has been happening to me recently, I just feel like nowadays I'm able to connect with God enough that I know when he's talking to me. And one of the ways that he's talked to me is, for example, when I'm having a conversation with someone and like I say something maybe not so nice, or, you know, something that isn't me, like it's just like the old me, I guess. And then mostly like 80% of the time that happens, it barely happens. Excuse me, because I try to keep myself in check. But when it does happen, there is always like a person nearby that tells me, hey Maria, like how about you look at it this way? Or, you know, like they just help me see it differently, and I'm like, holy shit. And then the way that I interpret that is that it's God talking to me through them, because it's always constructive, always. I mean, then again, I only really have constructive like people, and I only surround myself with constructive things, but you know, there's always gonna be that one negative Nancy in your life that's just, you know, I honestly see it, might not be the right way to see it, but I honestly see it as just like the devil. Like there has to be a test in your life and there has to be a devil, and then those temptations are what differentiate you from, okay, you're gonna choose this evil path, or okay, you're gonna choose this, I guess, angel path, since we were talking about the devil, you know? So yeah, there always has to be that, and it's okay. As much as there's light, there's darkness. So I've honestly just learned to accept that and see it for what it is, and then now I'm able to distinguish better. Okay, this is, you know, light, and then this is dark. This is, you know, not. Ah! Fuck! Ah! I was rolling this and I fucking burned myself with this. Okay. Wow. Well, that totally took me off guard and messed up my focus, but it's okay. What else can I tell you guys? Yeah, I think that's mostly it. I feel like that's the message that I was meant to deliver today. Alrighty, everything looks good. yeah, I don't know. Just try to be connected to what you believe in, to God. I do feel like you have to believe in something. Even if you believe in some bullshit, I feel like you do have to believe in something. Because I remember I was doing research on near-death experiences, and like 80% of them just said, oh, you go where your subconscious mind thinks that you're gonna go. So whether it's subconscious or conscious, or if you are conscious about it, it will eventually go into your subconscious mind. So, you know, you just gotta believe in something so that your soul actually evolves and it doesn't just, you know, die in this earth. Because there are a couple people or a couple souls that are just gonna die on this earth, and I'm like, why? This is just a couple years. You could live forever if you take care of yourself and your soul, and you feed it, and you know, and you connect with something higher than yourself. It's in the science. Like, it's not me, it's in the science. We're made out of nothing. So come on. And we go back to being nothing. So we just gotta work on ourselves. So, you know, these are one chance to prove to ourselves in the human realm that we do want good and we do want better. Next time, I think I will do a get ready with me, because my routine has changed a little bit since last time. But I kind of do like my routine now better. I mean, of course, I'm not going to change for the worst consciously, you know? So yeah, I might do one. Even just to look back on, like, when I was watching my video before, like my old one, the first one that I posted, I was also looking at it and I was like, oh wow, my routine has changed a little bit since then. Like, I can't believe I would have put like 7-year-old makeup in my face. But you know, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Oh, I have a little, you see the baby hairs back here? Oh wait, I should probably keep it sideways. Probably pin those. But yeah, I think that's honestly about all I have to share with you guys today. I was gonna say just a short video, but I'm sure that when I add all the clips together, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. Oh my God, I burned myself pretty bad. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's definitely hurting. It's hurting. Well, enough but yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share with you guys today, and with myself really, because these are just videos that I record for myself to look back on. So yeah, for anyone who also sees this, hello and thank you.